I'm already losing my voice just thinking about what went down. What's up, Jets Nation? It's your relentless defender here, and today things just got real in a way that's gonna make you drop everything. The news that broke in the last few hours isn't just a shock. It's an earthquake that could define whether our 2025 season completely crumbles, or if we finally find a glimmer of hope. I'm talking about a roster move involving the hottest name on our offense and the most crucial quarterback decision head coach Aaron Glenn has ever faced. You won't believe what we have today. Did the front office make the right call trying to save the season with a last-minute trade and the team's star player? Is he really going to be out? These are questions that demand urgent answers. So, pull up a chair, smash that like button, subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and let's dive straight into the news that's about to blow up the internet. We just came out of a disaster. And it's unacceptable that here we are in the middle of October 2025, with the season slipping through our fingers, and the New York Jets are the only winless team in the league. 0 wins, folks. 0. And the main culprit, the absolute nerve center of this hellish headache, is the quarterback position. But today's news elevates this chaos to a stratospheric level and puts Coach Aaron Glenn squarely on the hot seat in a way I've never seen. We've been debating Justin Fields' pathetic performance for weeks. Remember that game against the Broncos in Week 6? 9 sacks. 9! He looked like a lame duck in the pocket and finished the game with -10 passing yards. That's not professional football, it's a sick joke. The media and fan pressure for a change was overwhelming, and finally, in Week 7 against the Panthers, Coach Glenn caved and put in veteran Tyrod Taylor. And that's where the mystery and the agony lie. Taylor, despite committing turnovers, brought life, brought movement, made the offense breathe again. It seemed like we had found the spark, the 11th hour redemption to, perhaps, try to salvage this season. Hope was rekindled in the eyes of every fan, the feeling that, finally, the decision of who is under center would be simple. Taylor played better, he moved the chains. The decision seemed obvious, it's Taylor. But, because the New York football gods love to torture us, a wrench was thrown in the gears. Yesterday's injury report slammed the door on that easy decision. Tyrod Taylor showed up with a knee injury. He's listed as day-to-day, which in NFL vocabulary means we don't know if he'll play, but you don't have to know either. It's an uncertainty that absolutely infuriates us. Think about the strategy, Jets Nation. How can Coach Glenn go into a crucial game week against the Bengals knowing that his starting quarterback could go down at any moment? Preparation becomes impossible. You can't have a solid game plan with a gigantic question mark next to your signal caller's name. It's a dilemma that paralyzes the coaching staff. If Taylor isn't 100%, do you risk putting him in and losing him for the rest of the season? Or do you go back to Fields, risking completely undermining the locker room's confidence and guaranteeing another humiliating loss? I can feel the frustration of the fans echoing in me. Nobody can take this indecision anymore. The general outcry, what you hear on talk shows and social media, is that even injured, Tyrod Taylor on one leg is still a better option than the offensive lethargy Fields was showing. But this isn't the NFL. You need a healthy quarterback. And now, Aaron Glenn's decision, who was already under pressure for taking so long to make the switch in Week 7, has become the hardest of his career. He needs to name the starting quarterback and give him confidence. But how do you do that with an injured quarterback and another completely out of rhythm? Our 2025 season is currently in the training room waiting for the diagnosis on Taylor's knee. If it's serious, goodbye hope. If it's manageable, Glenn has to have the guts to stand by the veteran. But honestly, the way this injury news was dropped on us, it looks more like a smokescreen to hide the real decision. The fact is, we're heading into the most important game of the season without knowing who will take the first snap. And that wasn't even the most surprising part of the day, Jets Nation. But hold on, Jets Nation, because what's coming now is even more unbelievable and turns this quarterback crisis into a Greek tragedy. The uncertainty about who the starting quarterback will be against the Bengals was bad enough, but now we have to deal with the devastating absence of the only offensive piece that was saving our butts, Garrett Wilson. I'm talking about our star, the guy who, even with the ball flying toward him like a confused pigeon from our QB's hands, managed to make plays from another planet, the engine, the heart of this dying offense. And guess what? Garrett Wilson did not practice. Again. He not only missed yesterday's practice, but he also missed the humiliating 13-6 loss to the Panthers last Sunday. Garrett Wilson's knee injury is an atomic bomb to our game plan. Think about the synergy. The offense wasn't working right, even with him. He is our only blue-chip receiver who generates separation and creates opportunities where none exist. Without Wilson, the field shrinks for the offense, and life for Justin Fields if he starts, or Tyrod Taylor if he's risked, becomes simply impossible. Who is going to catch the ball? Who will create space? The fan reaction on social media is pure despair. I saw people saying it's better to close the training facility and go home. And honestly, it's understandable. Losing Wilson at a time like this, with the team 0-7, is the definition of kicking a dead dog. His injury, which is the same knee injury that kept him out of the previous game, seems more serious than the coaching staff is willing to publicly admit. Talking about precaution or care when the team is in total collapse sounds more like an attempt to manage the image of a situation that is already out of control. And the list doesn't stop at Wilson, which only worsens the perception of a shattered roster. Sauce Gardner, our star cornerback, out with a concussion. Keenan Nwangwu, the returner, also out. Breece Hall, the running back we desperately need, limited in practice because of his knee. It's a hospital, Jets Nation. The defense, which has been our only strong point, which was keeping us alive even with the ridiculous offense, is starting to feel the weight of injuries. If Sauce Gardner can't play, what is holding this team together? The absence of Garrett Wilson, however, is the fatal blow. What does this mean strategically? It means opposing defenses will double-team any receiver who dares step onto the field. It means Breece Hall, even limited, will have to carry the weight of the offense alone. It means the starting quarterback, whoever it is, will have even less time to throw the ball, as there will be no reliable targets getting open fast. It's a cascading effect of disaster. The only hope is that the secondary receivers, what's left of them, wake up and show football we haven't seen all season. The truth is that this 2025 season has turned into a survival test. The quarterback dilemma is now secondary, because who is the quarterback going to throw to? Coach Aaron Glenn has to work magic in his game planning this week, but his hands are tied by these cascading injuries. The future of the Jets, which was already uncertain with the quarterback problem, now looks bleak and, frankly, without hope for a win next Sunday. This wave of injuries, especially Wilson's, seals the fate of a season that promised much and delivered nothing. So, there it is. Jets Nation. We went from a quarterback identity crisis to a scenario of total apocalypse. On one side, we have Aaron Glenn under maximum pressure, having to choose between a non-producing Justin Fields and an injured Tyrod Taylor. On the other, we lost our only light, Garrett Wilson. The question that remains is, what should the Jets do now? Should Glenn risk Taylor's health to try for a desperate win? Or should he throw Fields to the Wolves, accepting the 0-8 record and thinking about the 2026 draft? Does Wilson's absence make any quarterback decision useless? Or is it a chance for the role players to shine? Now, I want to know your opinion. Is this 2025 season lost? Drop your explosive comment below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow with more news, if the team still exists.